Hello everyone, this is Prajwal and you are watching now Ego, the Borrowed Self. So many people think that ego is a good thing, and on the other hand, many people think that ego is a bad thing. Now, to find the answer, let's watch this video fully. So, is having an ego positive or negative? Is it good or bad? This question is very interesting in the human history. So, let's understand it with the example. If I write a quantity A over here and ask you, is it good or bad? I mean, is it positive or negative? Can you answer me? I mean, I just write an unknown quantity A over here and I ask you, is it positive or negative? I think you cannot answer it. Why? Because to know whether something is this or that, you first have to understand it. Without understanding, you would only impose a belief upon it. Sir, I believe that all is are positive, and someone gets up and says, Sir, I believe that all bees are negative. So, all of these would be just worthless statements. Alright, so then what is the ego? Before we declare it to be positive or negative, let's find the answer that what is ego. So, I have discussed in my previous videos about the ego's definition and meaning. Now, again, let's find this that ego is something that you develop at a very early age. The people around you teach you what is right and what is wrong, your place in the society, identities, etc. We form certain values and our ego is hurt if those values are questioned. The ego is inevitable because it comes with our upbringing. The development may start at a very tender age. To that extent, you are spot on. But what if the development keeps taking place all your life? What if you are never mature enough to understand what ego is? See, till the age of around 12 or 13, the brain is not yet fully ripe, not yet fully developed. Brain is a seat of intelligence. An underdeveloped brain cannot give you the faculty of discrimination. So, it is understandable that you are fed with ego, identities, and you keep on absorbing them. It is understandable because you are helpless. You cannot do much. You are a kid. What if the process doesn't stop even after the age of 12, 13, 14? What if it continues till the age of 18, 20? What if it is still prevalent at the age of 60? Then there is a problem. You are right to the extent that ego is inevitable. What is inevitable? So, what is inevitable is not called positive or negative. You asked me whether it is positive or negative. What is inevitable is never called positive or negative. A child will necessarily absorb what is given to him. He cannot do anything else. He cannot avoid it. The sun rises daily. Is it positive or negative? It is inevitable. You are constantly breathing. Is it positive or negative? It is just inevitable. It is, that's it, full stop. The ego will be there and it's alright. Initially, you are dependent on others. You are so small. To give you language, to give you some practical knowledge about the world, which side of the road to walk, whom to talk to, and whom not to talk to, it's understandable. You are so small and defenseless. You need the advice and help of others, and you absorb everything that is being shown to you. But it is inexcusable. If even after the age of 13 you do not realize that all this has come from outside, this is not me, this is all alien and foreign. For a child to believe in fancy stories is alright. For a child to live in Alibaba tales and Aesop's fables is alright. For a child to just take whatever the world is telling him can be pardoned. It has to be pardoned. But not when you are 18 or 20. If at 18 or 20 you are still living with the same notions, that were handed over to you by external factors, by the entire process of evolution that is called physical conditioning, and by the individuals around you that is called social conditioning. If you still do not see that all this is external, alien, foreign, then there arises a problem, and then you can call it negative. So, at your age, to not be available to see the falseness of ego is surely negative. So, where you stand at your position, kindly to pay attention, look directly, intelligently at your life so that you can be free of what has been handed over to you, what keeps you in slavery, and hence you can live freely, fly freely, like a young human being. By the way we usually use the term ego is a little misplaced. We confuse pride with ego. We confuse a particular type of attitude with ego. No, ego is a technical word. Ego is very much a technical word in psychology. Just as an engineer knows that there is a difference between current and voltage, and there is a huge difference. These two are not similar, related but not similar. These two quantities are related but they are not similar in any case. Similarly, a student of psychology or anybody who understands the mind knows that ego is a precise term. It cannot have vague meaning that you start calling everything as ego. Somewhere someone walks all puffed up and you say he has an ego problem. No, ego is I am. Whatever you believe to be I am is egoistic. I am great. This is ego. I am nobody. This equally is ego. Whenever you use I am, that becomes a statement of ego. But we think that only when someone talks big about himself or holds big notions about himself, only then he is displaying ego. No, wrong. If someone thinks I have been a victim all of my life, this is great ego. If someone thinks, oh, I am so humble, this again is ego. If someone thinks I am a coward, this again is ego. Because in all of these sentences, there is something common. And what's that? That is I am. And all these I am notions, they constitute ego because the object attached to them is external. Were you born with cowardice? No. You picked it up from somewhere along the way. It's as if you are on a journey and you keep picking up things from somewhere, you keep picking up stuff, you keep picking up stuff. Know that stuff is not you. You have picked it up. So, anything that you attach to this I am would necessarily be a statement of ego. We never say a pure I am. We say I am this, I am that, and hence our I am itself is ego. Whenever I hold a notion about myself, that notion is called ego. Whenever I hold an idea about myself, that idea is called ego. I am a male, a Hindu, an Indian, a son, a daughter, a student, an aspiring professional, smart, handsome, introvert, extrovert, athletic, dumb, moron, lazy, incompetent, whatsoever I think about myself, good, bad, ugly, all that is a statement of ego because I am none of that. I have picked all that up. I have picked all that up. I am not that. Some of that can be obviously seen. You didn't choose your religion, did you? So, some of that is obvious that I have picked it up. Someone else handed it over to me. Some of that is a little difficult to see. For example, you may ask me, sir, the statement that I am a male, how is this a statement of you? I didn't pick up my gender. I was born with it. Then I'll ask you, did you choose to be a male? Did you write any application to your parents? Please, I want to be born as a boy. Whatever comes to you from the outside is not you. Whatever is accidental in your life just happened. You have no role in it. You didn't choose your country. You didn't choose the color of your skin. You haven't chosen to be 18 or 20 at this point in time. If you identify with any of that, this is ego. The problem that you will now face is you remove all these accidental things and pretty much everything vanishes. Nothing remains, right? And this vacuum is kind of terrifying because you have done such attachments to all these accidental things. If they are taken away, you feel scared, right? You at least feel uncomfortable that if this goes away, what will remain? What will remain is you. And what is that you? It's not that easy to understand, but if you will be with me, maybe you will take a step or two. You were once a kid, today you call yourself a young man, a young, healthy, educated man. That's what you call yourself today. Go into this statement. Childhood came and went, you are still there. Hence, you cannot be this young man. Childhood came and went, you are still there. Now, youth has come, youth will also go away. You will still be there. That's what you are. The one who watches these things come and go. Did you go away with your childhood? You are there, right? That's what you are. The observer, the witness. Everything else can be taken away, but this knowing cannot be taken away. This capacity to know, that's what you are. This intelligence, that's what you are. This intelligence is what you are, which neither comes nor goes. This observation is what you are. The ego doesn't like to hear this because the ego believes that my possessions is what I am. The ego believes my possessions, all that I have accumulated, all that I have picked up, that's what I am. Now there is a question that could arise that if we could if we get knowledge from the society, so but so that doesn't mean that intelligence also given by society. Then the answer is that no. Intelligence can neither be given to anybody nor can it be taken away. Information can be given and information can be taken away as well. You collect information from outside, but intelligence you don't. I'm going somewhere, I may ask the route and get the relevant information from somebody, but that somebody is not telling me where to go. That is my own knowing. It's a crude example just to differentiate between information and another thing, another unit. You have gathered knowledge from outside, but knowing you haven't gathered. See, if you do not have the power of knowing, can you even get knowledge? I am trying to say something to you, right? Are these chairs gaining? Forget about the chairs. Is even this camera gaining anything? It is hearing just like you hear. It is looking at me just as you look at me. In fact, it has a better memory than you have. But is this camera gaining anything? No. Because it can gather all the information that is coming to it, all the waves that are falling on it. It is recording, but it does not have the capacity to know. It will have a lot of knowledge, but knowing is impossible for it. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You have the power of knowing, that's what you are. This camera doesn't have that. So you have you can arrive a question that if the ego, I mean this defectual things that comes from society, foreign, from the external sources. So is it possible to live in the society without ego? Then the answer is that uh, if I do not know who I am, then do I even know who is living? Hmm? I mean, you say, is it possible for me to live in the society without ego? I'll ask you, who is living in the society? If you are just a collection of external influences, then you are nowhere. I have taken something from somewhere. A few pebbles from here, Fevicol from there, a little bit of cardboard from there, some cement from there, a little bit of skin from somewhere, and I have made it wear a shirt and trousers and a sweater and have named it something. Now who is living? I mean, uh, we can say that. Then I have discussed in previous minutes that I have just said that childhood has come and gone, yet the I remains. That I is living. I mean, that is true only for someone who does not identify with childhood or youth. What I have said is true only for a fellow who will not claim that I am young. He will say, this youth will come and go. I am the watcher. I am not the young man, just as childhood came and went, and I remained similarly. I cannot be this young man. The body has become young, all right. I'll enjoy. Let the body be young. So that statement can be true only for someone who realizes it. Who do not realize it, we identify with our young body. Do you ever say that you know my body is young? You don't say that. What do you say? Do you ever say that the leg is paining? What do you say? My leg is paining. You think all these things that you have gathered from outside. And body is a little difficult to talk of because that is difficult to understand. That how I can exist without the body. So don't go into that at the beginner level. It will be a little more difficult, but at least understand what is obvious, that things like relationships, like nationality, like religion, like beliefs, like your view about the world, like your goal in life, they have all come from outside. And that is what is the ego. That is what is the ego, the accumulation of foreign influences. So you may arise the question that that if everything external, okay, so if everything external is removed, then what remains is the real me. But how can I remove these external identities? So the answer is that not by removing them, by understanding them as external. You see, I am standing in front of you. There is the arm and there is this kurta. I mean shirt. I surely understand that this is not the arm. This is external. I have put it on. I can take it off. I understand that. Does that mean I'll necessarily take it off? No. But I must understand that this is not the arm. Understanding does not mean removing. Understanding only means knowing a thing for what it actually is, not being confused and not becoming a fool. How would you call a man who would say, if this shirt gets stained, I get stained also? What kind of man would be that be? But you do find people who start feeling very good when they put on nice clothes. And if they do not put on nice clothes, they start feeling low. That's what stupidity is. That's what ego does to you. Because what have you done? You have identified with a foreign thing. You have identified with an external thing. So when the external thing gets stained, you feel that you have lost something. Now tell me, do you have ever listened about a territory society? Okay, now I'm telling you. Your society is what you are. There are a million societies parallelly existing. You will be found in the one which matches to your level of ignorance or intelligence. You will be found in the one which is according to your level of ignorance or intelligence. Sheep are found with sheep, wolves are found with wolves. Have you heard birds of the same feather flocks together? So, what do you mean by society? You change, immediately society will change. Today you are like this, hence you are found in a particular society. Do not think that there is one unit called the society. There are million societies, one creates his own society. So, see, you have not been exposed, so you think that, this tiny circle of people around you is a society. You think that family, relatives, friends, and the few people, 50 or 100 people that that is what the society is. No, that is not the society. So, whatever I have said, I mean, it could be questioned that are we then saying that we should forget the societal standards of how to live, etc., and just earn enough to eat this 3 times a day and have some clothes to cover our body? Would that be egolessness? Then answer be like that. If you are earning only that much because it has been told to you by me or the society, then it is still a foreign influence. And then if you are earning lots because your parents told you that money is good, then it is still ego, because there is none of your understanding involved in this. The question is not about earning this much or this much. The question is about living in your intelligence, not being a slave to others. But it's society that taught us to eat 3 times a day. We could have eaten twice a day, but this is what we were taught. I mean, what do you say about a man who has been so deeply conditioned that he will necessarily eat 3 times a day even if his stomach is upset? He does not know who he is. He has been deeply tortured. It is very, very important that We have 3 meals a day, and he keeps on having 3 meals a day, even when he has diarrhea. What will become of him? A kid must be told what to eat and when to eat. But if at your age you are still dependent on others, their opinions, if you get afraid when someone tells you you're not doing the right thing, if you have no eye of your own to look at yourself, then there is a problem. So, society teaches us that if we earn a lot, we are good, and if we earn a little, we are not good. So, it's better to earn a lot, alright? Otherwise, we are called bad. What option do we have? The answer is no. Society tells you both ways. There are both the elements present in society. There are people who say that if you earn a lot, then you are surely an evil man. Haven't you seen such people? They're also there, and there are many people who say that if you don't earn, then you're a loser. If either of these dominates you, then of course you are asleep. You are allowing them to becoming your master. Then do so only because of ego, right? I mean, no, yeah, again, not. You do anything because of the ego only till you don't understand the ego. Not everyone, not everybody. There are many examples, but they will not exist in your circle. You see, I said that sheep are to be found with sheep and wolves are to be found with wolves. So, in your circle, in your knowledge, there would be only individuals who are like you. Even if I give you the example of a Buddha, will you able to understand a Buddha? Being what you are, can you understand the Buddha? If I say, of course, you can understand. But the answer is no, you cannot. To understand the Buddha, you will have to become somewhat like the Buddha. Hmm? But but then question arises again that isn't this too just ego? That if I wanted to become Buddha, then answer is like how? What do you mean by a Buddha? A Buddha is someone who understands things. Hmm? A Buddha is someone who understands things. How could you say that? I mean, okay, please appreciate this. A Buddha can be talked of only in the negative. A Buddha is nobody, it's just the absence of all rubbish, absence of ego, hence he is nobody. So when someone says I am a Buddha, he's actually saying I am not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. I've seen that all this is ego, and I'm none of that. Then you say that you may say that this is ego too. I mean, this cannot be the ego. So to say that I am, I mean, no, answer me that. Do you exist or not? Then your answer is like, yes, I am exist. I mean, so is this ego? What do you say? I mean, no, this is not ego. This pure I am is what a Buddha is. I am without being anything. You are always a Hindu, a Muslim, or this and that. A Buddha is someone who is I am full stop. I am, and it cannot be doubted. Even to say I am not, I have to be. If there is one truth that cannot be doubted, it is that I am. A Buddha is that truth. See again, don't go too far and too fast on this. Just stay with this much that your mind is just sum total of external influences. And as long as external influences exist, the mind remains confused. All its decisions, whether about studies or about career or about anything, they remain confused. Let's say there is a society where people don't believe in gender equality. For example, uh, the thing that women should not work like men, and they take this to be the truth. If a woman then goes against the so-called truth of that society, works like a man, she will be punished for it and sent to a solitary place where she has to live alone all by herself. So is this the natural outcome of understanding the ego, that the society will ostracize you and you will be forced to live alone? Then I mean, we can say that first of all, appreciate this. Just going against the society does not mean that you understand the ego. No, it does not mean that. You see, you can belong to one group within the society and believe the other group to be wrong. That does not mean that you are not the slave of the ego. Hindus believe Muslim to be wrong, Muslims believe Hindus to be wrong. So what? They have been taught that this is wrong. These people have been taught that that is wrong. Just going against the predominant belief or a group of people or the society as a whole does not mean that you have understand the ego. Hmm? I mean, there is nothing called conscience. First of all, what you call as conscience is again an instrument of the ego instilled within you. Your conscience talks to you, right? There is a voice of conscience. Does it talk in Spanish? Don't you see that it is all what you have learned so far? Whatever you have learned, that becomes your conscience. It's an instrument of the society, an external watchdog. There is no other criteria of looking at the ego except that I pay attention and understand. That's it. And what do I pay attention to? My daily routines. What do I do? What do I do day in and out? All of that. Now, thank you for watching this video.